guys, it's Gamer, and today we're going to be playing a Virgen deck, Virizion EX and Genesect EX. This deck is a classic deck. I tried to make it unique, but it's a pretty stuffed deck, so there isn't much options you can use. So I do have this Driftlim, which is super good. For only 1 energy, you do 50 damage times the amount of special energy cards in your opponent's discard pile. So with Enhanced Hammer, you discard some special energies from your opponent's Pokemon. You could even add a third, but it's really stuffed deck, as I said, so you wouldn't really want to. And Shadow Steel is already doing 100 damage for 1 energy. It's a great card to get some extra damage in case you need to set up Virizion or Genesect. So essentially the strategy is you basically you miss a turn in the beginning of the game, hoping that you can set up Emerald Slash. There is no way to get these 2 energies on faster, so you have to miss a turn before starting to really kick this deck up. So you Emerald Slash, and you're hoping to power up Genesect EXs on the bench, and hopefully you can attach Plasma Energies to Genesect EX, and with Red Signal you can switch opponent's Pokemon. And with Megalo Cannon, it's not the greatest move. That's why we have this amazing ace spec for Genesect G Booster. This guy, the attack on it is pretty good. You discard 2 energy cards attached to this Pokemon. So basically you're discarding 2 grass energy or whatever energy you want. And you could just simply power up once again with Virgin, and those energies are right back on. But 200 damage, that's knocking out a lot. And that's why with Red Signal, you could really put off your opponent early in the match. So there it is. I'm going to show you this deck in action. I have a Tech Jirachi there with just to grab some supporters if I need it. So let's get on with it. Alright, so Virgen. Here we go. This is one of like the greatest decks that is still standard. Eventually this deck will be completely rotated out this September, but for now it still reigns over the multitude of water Pokemon people play. It's just such a fun deck to have if it works out and you play it correctly. So we're going first here, but I don't start with the basic. And my deck list, I have 3 Virizion and 3 Genesect. You could add another Virizion or another Genesect if you want, but it's really good that I started with Virizion here. So hopefully I can find an energy. So I'm not going to play the switch. I'm going for an... I think I'm actually... I don't want to play the Skyla. I'm going to simply Ultra Ball. Discard the Skyla and the Ultra Balls. I'm going to get myself a Genesect, put him on the bench, and I'm actually going to Juniper because I'm pretty certain I'll get an energy here. I've gotten 2 and a Muscle Band. I suppose I'll wait next turn to attach that, but I'll bench this Genesect and play the Colress Machine because it doesn't hurt to have a Plasma Energy on your Pokemon. So... just keep in mind, I only will run one of these Colress machines just because you want to attach the energy from your hand, because then you cannot use Red Signal with Colress machines. So essentially it's sort of ruining or messing up the deck. So I haven't talked about the opponent. He's using Mew to attack with Venusaur EX and Mewtwo. Starts with X-Ball. It doesn't do much damage, but we're going to use Emerald Slash and do 70 to 2-hit knockout. So we evolve Driftlim. We evolve into Driftlim. I see it would be nice to get the hammer at the moment so it can't do damage. So I'm simply going to Juniper, no need to switch. So both of my switches are out, which stinks. But I do have an escape rope, which I don't need at the moment. And I don't need a Tool Retriever or a Muscle Band. So I'm going to keep the Muscle Band, and I don't need a letter either. I could just bench this Drifloon because Drifloon is a great tech in this deck. So we're just going to use Emerald Slash, sort of thinking maybe we could get a hammer or some sort of item that we can mess up Mew EX, but no, we cannot. So yeah, other things to talk about. We see Roaring Skies coming out soon. It's a pretty actually, it's not a bad, it's a mediocre set. It's got lots of cool cards and stuff, and it's really gonna change the game a lot. But it's not the best, honestly. So I'm already coming out with Genesect, and I see he is a Virizion as well. We draw the Driflim, which is pretty cool. So I don't want to attach the muscle band to Genesect, and I'm definitely going to, let's see how much this does. 20 damage to the bench Pokemon, so I'm not going to bother Lysandering and doing damage to this guy. So I really don't need anything here, so I'm actually going to end. And this is quite a draw. This is really quite a draw. Enhanced Hammer, that's going to be huge. And I could use the G Booster. I really could. But the question is, should. I mean, MewEX, he's pretty frail, but he's the only one with energies. So I'm going to keep the G Booster in my hand and do some damage to... He's been attacking with Mew, and this is, and Virizion is a 2-turn setup. So I'm going to go for Mewtwo. So Colress, and I draw a second prize card. It's a Grass Energy, and as you see, Mew comes out, but I have the G Booster in my hand. X-Ball isn't going to knock me out, but I am going to knock him out. G Booster. I'm going to... I don't need the... I want to keep the Plasma Energy in my hand at the moment, but I'd really like to have a Virizion, so I'm actually going to play the Skyla for an Ultra Ball, so I can set up another Virizion just in case this Genesect goes down. So Colress I'll keep. I'll discard the Juniper and the... Juniper and the... I guess the Plasma Energy. Yep. And I'm going to go for the Virizion. Place him here. Put an energy here. And I'm going to use the G Booster attack and discard this and this. So Genesect, 200 damage with G Booster, discards 2 energy cards, and we're already down to 2 prize cards. This game is going pretty quick, so I guess I'll do a second one, because he's definitely going to need a second turn to set up this Virizion. And I do not... That's game, folks. Energy switch this onto Genesect, G Booster attack. Let's give him a big GG. There we go. Alright, let's play another game. That was relatively quick. I got the mystery box. What could be inside? That's a 1-sum. That is a pack. Why not open it? I'll open it after this match. So, we are playing Be Home. That deck before was decent, had EXs, but it wasn't much anything special. We dealt with it with ease, 6-0. Maybe this guy is a little bit stronger, or at least a whole lot stronger. So again, we get that lucky Virizion start. I keep saying Virizion. I can't. Okay, we see Solosis. That's... and a Pokeball. It's not the best sign of a good deck. But let's just play the game well, and hopefully, if it really is not the best deck, we can quite surely wreck. So we see Zubat. This guy... The Phantom Forces evolution is really quite popular, doing damage while evolving. It's his ability. It's really good with Landorus, and it's just keep rising in popularity. So we see a pretty poor start, honestly. I don't want to discard all of this. I'm gonna have to attach the Plasma Energy to Virizion. Keep the Hammer. He didn't attach an energy. But I'm going to do something quite clever and discard my Juniper. Okay, who do I need most importantly? I do have Virizion, so I need a Genesect. Put him on the bench. Colress Machine. I only have 1 Plasma Energy left for a switch. For a switch with his ability, but 1 is prize. So I'm going to Via Seeker and a Juniper. One Drifloon won't be too much harm. And nothing we can do here except wait, but we do have energies, so we're pretty good, in a good position. So we see Solosis evolve into Duosion. I'm wondering what the final evolution is. So we see Evisoda, he's gonna evolve Zubat into Golbat and do some damage onto probably my Genesect. Why didn't that do damage? Oh, Verdant Wind. I didn't even realize that. That's cool. That's pretty darn interesting. Yeah, so if you didn't see that, Verdant Wind. Since both of these Pokemon, since Virizion has grass energy, no, none of them had any grass. That's special. I am so confused because the damage should have been done, but I suppose, I don't know. Yeah, Verdant Wind is only for special conditions, so against Laser, if there's grass energy attached, it won't do anything. But in this certain scenario, you saw its regular damage counters from his ability, and he still has his ability, so, and neither of them had grass energy at the time, so I'm pretty stumped. Maybe it's a glitch, or maybe I'm just being stupid, who knows. At the moment, I do not. So we are charging up Genesect, and we see an SR random receiver. There's the Crobat, 30 damage counters, or 3 damage counters, 30 damage. So we see Great Ball, and he's gotten, so why isn't he doing damage? Is he just evolving this guy, or what's going on here? What's going on? Is it because he's using Evisoda? I'm really confused. Whatever. Oh, Reinculus. This guy is actually alright. Barrier attack is not the best, but I guess telekinesis of nobility is alright. Could be like a Lando sort of thing, but not really. So this Reinculus is going down. I don't need to switch. I'd like to keep it though, but I'm going to discard it just for the sake of getting another Genesect, not Virizion. Genesect. Ugh. I don't know what happened there. Okay, energy onto Genesect. Colress to get me a new hand of 8. And we see quite a hand. We got the G booster. I'm going to keep it in my hand. There's no need to put it out. And I'm just going to Emerald Slash to charge up Jenny. Alright, so the Reinculus goes down, and we take our prize card and we get a Skyla, and now it's our opponent's turn. He wants to attack with his Crobat. Plays a Roller Skates, and he flips tails. So it's good for us. Doesn't get those cards. Another Reinculus is coming out now, and then he Junipered, and he got a whole new hand of 7, but it's not Reinculus, it's Duosion. He doesn't even have one Reinculus yet, so this game is looking a bit sketchy for him quite late into the match, but still, many prize cards weren't taken, so it's still a pretty even game. But we see that Reinculus coming out, and the net force attack, 40 damage times the number of Reinculus in play. He's only got 1, so that's going to do 40 damage, but that's already for 1 energy. So this deck is actually not too bad with a bunch of Evisodas. But I'm going to put that Plasma Energy onto Genesect and simply get his Reinculus. Can attack. Retreat cost is low, but I have a switch, so I'm going to use that. And I bring out Genesect EX and get him ready for a powerful Megalo Cannon. Who should I knock out off the bench? I'm trying to find out here what would be the best option. I could still play my supporter so I can get a trainer card, but there's nothing I really need at the moment, because once I knock out his Reinculus, his game is pretty screwed. And I could just get a nice card to help me set up for a definite victory here. But again, only 1 prize card taken, so I can't be talking like I've already got the win. Even though it's starting to look Like, this deck is getting speed and knocking out. See, I'm going to do 20 damage to that Duosion in case he sets up another Reinculus, and maybe I can do some. Alright, so we see a Solosis come onto the bench. I haven't seen any rare candies yet, so I'm wondering if he even has them. Or if we did see rare candies, I'm not so sure. But he plays the Sharon. Looking at the Crobat. It's a nice tech card, but you're not going to get 3 stage 3s fast enough. Even though you don't necessarily need Crobat. I mean, he's got a bunch of Crobats. If there were Reinculus right now, he'd be in a sort of bad position. But I still have the G-Booster, and I haven't revealed it yet. But I don't need it because of the small amount of cards he has here. But instead of not small amount of cards, small amount of HP with these cards. But because this Crobat has quite a lot of energy, quite a lot of HP, Miguel Cannon won't knock it out. So I'm going to use the G-Booster attack. I could have probably used the Shadow Triad and get a Plasma Energy from the discard pile. But I'm not. I think either the last one is prized or in my discard pile. I can't be entirely sure at the moment. But we see he plays a Shauna, and he's got another Great Ball. You can see this deck isn't too serious. Pokeballs, Great Balls, really Ultra Balls and Repeat Balls. I've said balls like 6 times now. But really those are the ones you should be running in any deck to make it work. So he's got no energies around all of his Pokemon, so I think it's safe to say we've got this game. We're taking out his newly evolved Reinculus, and we're just making this this is just chaos for him. So I am patiently waiting to decide. Okay, yep, put that damage on Duosion. Looking at Virizion for some reason. Okay. This end part was pre-recorded. Yeah, the video was pre-recorded because of a disturbance I had. So, forgive me if I'm talking sort of weirdly. But he plays the Charon, and he's got nothing to do. That Duosion's left out. And looks like this game is really coming to a close again. I could get that Colress machine or the Colress because I was looking for the Plasma Energy, but it's not in my discard pile, so I got the Colress. Why not? I really don't want to use the whatchamacallit. Oh, I already forgot. It's the card that gets you that Plasma Energy, and you can put it on one of your Pokemon. Colress machine, yeah, that's it. So I take a prize card. I see a Drifblim, support guy. Haven't had to evolve to a Drifblim. I haven't seen pretty much any DCE, but we're going to give him a nice big GG. Well, that was a small one. It's good enough. I said GG, knocking out that Zubat. It's game, and it's our victory. And we open these 2 cards, and we get a Gothitelle and a Noivern. I guess Noivern, it's a reverse holo, I think. Noivern, I've seen it be used, and it's pretty good. And it actually might get quite a boost with Double Dragon Energy now that you think of it, with the new set Roaring Skies coming out. But thank you for watching. That's it for this Virizion Genesect video. And stay tuned, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Oh my goodness, what a tackle by Fernandinho. Can he find the through ball? No, he's dribbling straight into the Liverpool player. And now they're up for the attack down the middle. Sterling, pace is unbelievably
Are you legit?
Yes.
His pace is unbelievable, but his shot is equally unbelievable.
Yeah, but you took it to his left foot. What do you expect?
I didn't see that it was on his left foot.
You took the touch inside.
He was running. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's it.
Nope, never.